There comes a moment in life when you run out of people to blame. You run out of excuses. You run out of distractions. And you're left standing face to face with the person in the mirror. Just you. Your choices. Your fears. Your habits. Your potential. It's a difficult moment. Because it's easier to point at circumstances. It's easier to point at other people. It's easier to point at bad luck. But growth begins when you look in the mirror and ask yourself a hard question. What am I doing with the life I've been given? Not what happened to you. Not what someone did to you. Not what the world owes you. What are you doing now? Because there are things in life you cannot control. You can't control the past. You can't control every setback. You can't control every disappointment. But you can control your response. You can control your attitude. You can control whether you quit or continue. And that realization changes everything. The man in the mirror knows your truth. He knows the dreams you've abandoned. He knows the promises you've made to yourself. He knows the goals you keep postponing. He knows how much you're capable of becoming. That's why the mirror can be uncomfortable, because it reflects more than your appearance. It reflects your honesty, your discipline, your effort, your character. And sometimes what we see isn't what we want to see. Maybe you've wasted time. Maybe you've made mistakes. Maybe you've taken paths you regret. Maybe you've fallen short of the person you hope to become. Welcome to being human. Every person who has ever achieved something meaningful has made mistakes. Every strong person has experienced failure. Every successful person has faced disappointment. The difference is, they didn't stay there. They learned, they adjusted, they grew, and then they kept moving forward. The mirror isn't there to condemn you. It's there to challenge you, to remind you that your story isn't finished, to remind you that your future doesn't have to look like your past, to remind you that change is still possible. The person you want to become is not created overnight. He's built through decisions. Small decisions, daily decisions. The choice to keep going, the choice to stay disciplined, the choice to believe in yourself when nobody else does, the choice to get up one more time. You don't need to become perfect. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to change everything today. You only need to become slightly better than you were yesterday. That's how transformation begins. One decision, one habit, one step at a time. So the next time you look in the mirror, don't focus on your failures. Don't focus on your flaws. Don't focus on how far you still have to go. Look at the fighter standing there. Look at the survivor. Look at the person who has endured more than most people know. Look at the person who still has another chapter to write. Because the man in the mirror is not your enemy. He's your greatest responsibility. And he might just become your greatest success story.